Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, and it's always a pleasure to be joined by Loopy Godinez, who's coming off another huge win at UFC Mexico City last Saturday. Loopy, it's always a pleasure. How are your emotions after another big victory?
I'm super happy. I'm excited to what's to come and happy with all my tools that I've been working on that came into the fight and yeah, it's been really good.
I was quite surprised to read this was your first time fighting in Mexico. Did your first time fighting at home live up to your expectations?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the people bring it. Definitely the energy was crazy and they make me feel so welcome, so loved and yeah, it was really, really nice and good and amazing experience.
I know that fighters are so focused on fight week and obviously during the 15 minutes in the cage, but did you feel the extra love from the fans at home?
I felt the love. Yeah, definitely. I was feeling the love. Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Some fighters will say sometimes it's almost extra pressure to fight in their home country. Did you feel any extra pressure at all, or did that not come into it?
No, I didn't feel the extra pressure. It was more like, of course, I wanted to win. Of course, I wanted to do good. I wanted to put on a good show and all of that. But like, that's me always, you
Mm.
know. That wasn't any different. It was just I was feeling the love and everything. Like it was just so the energy was insane.
Mm. Um, I'm sure you've had chance to watch the fight back now. How do you assess your performance now? You've had, well, I would assume, a chance to watch it back.
I feel like it went really good. Like I got to have my the 2 rounds for myself, and like the third round, it was amazing. It was so much fun.
Mm.
It was like people getting off their seats, and that's what you want. That's what I'm looking for, and we did it. So it was a great fight. I really enjoyed.
When you were in between rounds two and three, and we'll get to that in a second, but did you expect the third round to go the way it did and for Polastri to be so aggressive and so on the front foot and trying to, let's be honest, try and get you out of there and get a finish?
Oh yeah, definitely. We knew she's a strong girl. She's mentally strong. We knew that since day one, and of course she wants my spot, and of course she wants to pull an upset. It would be a great upset if she
Mm.
won, for herself. But like, yeah, I feel like my experience in there with higher level competition, it really show and yeah, I really like that she came forward, and because thanks to that, like I need her to have a great fight and we did it. So
Mm.
I'm so thankful for her to be so tough and just come forward, and we won that night, both of us, doing that performance. It was really well.
I think one of the commentators, I think it was John Anna, called it one of the greatest women's fights in recent memory. Do you kind of, as a fighter, do you care about performing for the fans, both in the arena and on TV? Because some fighters are just win at all costs. They want to climb up the rankings, they want to become champion. Other fighters want to perform for the people who are watching. Does that matter to you at all?
Well, like the thing is, my job is all of that together.
Of course.
I want to be a champion. I want to do a great performance. I want to put on a show for everybody, for everybody. So, yeah, that's my job. Like,
Mm.
if it was like the perfect day, everything will come together.
Mm.
But yeah, I want to do all of those things.
Your wrestling was so aggressive and so on point on this fight as it often is. How do you think your wrestling credentials and abilities stack up to the rest of the strawweight division?
Oh, definitely is my strong suit. One of my
Mm.
strong suits, and I work a lot with my sister.
Mm.
She had me like a red doll all over the mats,
She's an
and
Olympian, is that right?
the Olympian,
Mm.
yes, yeah, and thanks to her, I can do that. Yeah, and I'm so happy to train with her. I'm so excited.
Do you think she'll transition over to fight in MMA one day?
Definitely, eventually, yes.
That must be a massive advantage for you in your camp to have an Olympic level wrestler as a training partner for the wrestling and grappling exchanges.
Oh yeah, definitely. She was my main training partner for this fight, and it was really good. She has improved a lot, and I cannot wait for what's for her to come. In the near future, and yeah, just doing this full camp with me, she got to see everything. She got to live everything, every single moment, every single day of the fight camp, and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
We know that siblings often clash, whether it be brothers and sisters or whatever the case may be. When you train with your sister, is it a harder round than the rest of your training partners, or do you go slightly easier on each other because you're family?
No, we don't go easier because we know if she goes easier on me, or if I go easier on me on her, or if I go easier on her, we're bullshitting each other, and
Mm,
we're just setting each other up for getting our ass kicked in the cage. So if anything, we go harder with each other.
mm.
um I think that's key. That's really important, actually.
I heard you cough a couple of times throughout this interview, so I appreciate you doing this. But I know that you said you were sick in the lead up to the fight. Are you still feeling some of those effects, or is that more from the fight?
I have something in my throat right now. um
Good timing.
the timing, yeah. I was, well, I did, I guess I was getting sick on the Friday. I was getting the chills, but then I thought I was just cold because of the I was really low,
Mm,
like my fat was really low and stuff, so I was losing weight. But then I just didn't say anything. I was like, oh, maybe I'm just cold. I told my coach. He also thought that it was because my body fat was so low. And then and then the weigh-ins happened, the official weigh-ins, and then I just hydrate myself, but like I was having the diarrhea or whatever, and
mm,
then keep going. Overnight happened, and then right before coming in out of the into the cage again, and like
mm,
I guess between the rounds I kind of felt it again, and then I was like,
mm.
oh shit.
I
uh
imagine needing to go to the toilet in the middle of a fist fight in the UFC couldn't be much worse timing, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe next time if I feel anything like this, I could wear a diaper. Maybe that will help.
Do you think it did affect your performance in any way? But like, do you think you could have performed better without this? And like, was there any of those effects, or could you put it to the back of your mind?
I mean, I was trying not to think about the stuff for the fight, even
Mm,
even if I was feeling something, I because the more you think about it, the more you are
of
sabotaging
course.
yourself, I think. So I was just like, whatever, I'll be fine. This is just, not everyone that's stepping into the cage is 100% either, right?
Mm,
So that, I just suck it up, and hope for the best, and have happen the like I felt that between the rounds, and yeah, but like luckily nothing major happened. It was
mm.
just like I felt that I said it, and now it's out there, and yeah.
Yeah. I imagine this victory must be one of the sweetest in your career, especially being at home, but also coming off back to back defeats for the first time in your career against the top girls. But I imagine getting back to winning ways after 2020 2024 must have been extra special for you.
Definitely, it's always good to get back into the winning column. It's never fun to be in like two losing streaks or even one losing streak,
Mm.
one lose. But sometimes that happens, and you just make adjustments, and you change things, and maybe it was needed for me to change some things, and that's what we did, and now I feel again myself, and I can just get out there and just be myself.
So, what's next for you? I know that you're a fighter who likes to stay active. There's obviously the rumors, or there's a confirmation now of the Guadalajara cards later on this year. Do you have interest in that, or would you like to fight before? What are your plans for return to competition?
Whatever they offer me, I'll take it.
Mm,
I know they maybe want me in Mexico again, Guadalajara. But if they want me before or whatever, like I'm always down to fight anywhere. So yeah, I'll just wait for the call and see what's next and go from there.
Who do you think should headline the Guadalajara card?
Um, maybe like main event Brandon and co-main Alexa.
Hmm. Depending on
Yeah.
how the Lexus fight goes later this month and
Oh yeah,
depending
that's
on the
right.
title
Yeah,
picture, of course. Do you think Brandon should get the next title shot against Pantoja?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
I have to ask you as well because we've obviously got the main event of UFC 314 featuring Diego Lopes, who is a Brazilian by birth, but obviously trains out of the Lobo gym in Mexico. I want to know from your perspective, if Diego wins the title next week, will the Mexican fans treat him as a Mexican champion? Do you think?
Well, he's already our Mexican champion, you know?
Yes.
Like everyone loves him. He's amazing and I think he's doing a great job representing Mexico and Brazil, you know? As I always say, he's lucky to have two full big countries behind him and I feel lucky too. I go whole Canada and then I have all Mexico, you know? So not everyone gets to have two countries,
Mm.
you know, right behind you. So yeah, for me, he's a Mexican.
Mm. I assume you're pulling for your training partner to win the featherweight title next Saturday?
Definitely,
Yeah.
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 He should win. Yes.
100%. We'll turn the conversation back to you and thank you for your time. Obviously ranked number 11 coming off a big win last Saturday. What do you feel like you need to do, whether it be in 2025 or beyond, to climb these strawweight rankings and ultimately get yourself into the top five and into title contention?
Well, keep doing what I'm doing, which is training hard and keep adding tools in my bag um and just keep winning fights. There's nothing like just winning fights to get. That's the easier road to the title.
Hmm.
Just win fights.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Loopy, it's always a pleasure catching up. Congratulations on the victory. I appreciate you doing this interview while you're still not 100%, and I hope that the sickness goes away soon, and we look forward to seeing you back in the octagon again soon.
Thank you very much.